Welcome back to Main Street Living, folks. Cheryl and Danielle, I understand that even through Halloween, we can still learn a little something. You got anything brewing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
see
would
what you
love
did
to
there.
make a witch's brew. I want to do something like that. That'd be fun.
Well, luckily it would not be Halloween without a mad scientist. So we went and found one, the Chief of Science and Curiosity from the Arizona Science Center, Sari Custer. Sari, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey guys, always great to be here.
So what spooky stuff do you have for us today?
All right, well, it's Halloween, so we got to have a little bit of spooky science. And I don't know if it's mad science, but we're going to do some boo bubbles today and maybe a little crystal ball bubbles too.
Ooh,
What are boo bubbles?
All right, so I'm glad you asked because it takes a very special ingredient. And well, let me ask first, do you recognize this material at all?
Dry ice.
Yes. Okay, I was hoping somebody would know what it is.
Marshmallow.
This is the material that we need to make these great Halloween effects, right? So what makes dry ice different than regular ice?
It's colder? Is it
Okay,
colder?
it's colder.
Okay.
Any other guesses?
You tell us.
All right. So, no, that's right. That's great. It is definitely colder. Dry ice as opposed to regular ice. So regular ice is frozen water. Dry ice is actually frozen carbon dioxide.
Nice.
So it is much colder. And when we say colder, it's 109 degrees below zero. It's really, really cold. And if you were to put it on your skin, it could burn you right away. But even though it's a unique material, it's available in most grocery stores because it's used in shipping and keeping food cold. But we can use it for some great Halloween science. The other thing that's unique about it and that we're going to harness for today is that when it starts to melt, it actually skips the liquid phase and goes right into gas. We call that sublimation. That's your big like $1,000 trivia word for the day, sublimation. And when it does that, we can use it to make those boo bubbles. So to make boo bubbles happen, you need a container, something like this that's plastic. This was probably an animal cracker container at one time or even maybe pretzels. Cut a little X in the side, jab a piece of plastic tubing into the side and secure it with some tape. You want to make sure that the container you use has a screw top on it, but we'll get to that in a second. I've got it about half filled with water. We're going to take a couple of big pieces of our dry ice and just drop it right in the water. And what we want to do is we want it to warm up and we want it to turn into that gas, right? And as I mentioned, normally we don't want to put anything like that into a sealed container because it could build up pressure and explode, but we've got a vent. So look at that. You can see all this gas forming, right? And this cloud, it's not smoke. It's actually just the cold air from the ice making the water in the air condense into little droplets. It's basically a little cloud here. But the other thing is
so cool.
Isn't that cool?
So it's cool just coloring in it to dye it and make it different colors.
You know, I've never tried that, but later I'll show you how to add a little color in a different way.
Nice.
And to make an easy way to make the bubbles happen, if you're doing this at home, you need to make some bubble solution. So I'm using a little liquid dish soap here. Use whatever you got. I'm not even measuring it. If you've got bubble solution at home, you can use that. But just a little soap and water will do. A little heavy on the soap is good. I'm going to mix it even just with my fingers there just to get it good and mixed. I'll slide our dry ice out of the way. All right, then you take the end of your tube. If you can dip it in the end of your bubbles. Let's hope I didn't. Let me release this. I might have put a lot of gas in there for us today. I need it to work for us. If you can get bubbles over the end, you can start to get these great smoke-filled bubbles. And of course, I've got so much going on in here, it's almost overpowering us. We might have to find another way. There we go. There's some good boo bubbles. Let's get it again here. And you can try catching them on your hand, and it's just so much fun. My 6-year-old daughter loves these. So with that, though, then we can go into the crystal ball bubbles because it's the same principle, but doesn't even take the same elaborate setup. Do you guys want to try that one?
And I know we're running short on time, but yeah, if you can show us quickly how to do that, that'd be awesome.
I sure can. This one just takes a bowl of water. You're going to take your dry ice. We're going to set some dry ice right in the center of that. Again, we want it to warm up and create that gas. It looks really, really cool. Again, we talked about lighting it up. You can use a glow stick. Here, I got a glow stick. We can throw that in there just
yes, that's perfect. Okay.
You're going to take a piece of string, get that wet in the soap solution. I'm going to run a little bit of soap solution around the edge. Let's see if we can get this to form here. We're going to use the string to drag a soap film across the top, creating a sealed environment for our gas, and it's going to build up underneath and look like a crystal ball. Let's hope we can get it all the way. Of course, you know, with science, of course, sometimes it doesn't want to work for you the first time. If I go slow. Well, if at first you don't succeed with the big bubble, you can always just add your solution to there. And that gas is going to build up and build up with all of those smoke bubbles in here, and it's going to get really, really big. It's still going to look like a crystal ball. You can maybe see the future, but you can definitely see some smoke and some science in there.
I can see it's trying to do that. That's so neat. This is great for families to do at home, fun activities for kids. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. And where can people go to find these recipes?
You can go online to azscience.org and find all kinds of great spooky science and other science activities to try at home.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to stay with that Halloween theme. Coming up, are you ready for a ghost tour? We've got the inside scoop next.